Hi everyone, welcome back to the cocktail vlog. I'm Steve the bartender and today we're making the Mr Bali Hai. So the last video that I uploaded was the quarantine order, which was featured in Minimalist Tiki, and it seemed to be really well received. A lot of people said, can I always have more Tiki cocktails? Can I have more cocktails from Minimalist Tiki? And I had a chance to actually flick through, have a little bit more of a read, and I came across the Mr Bali Hai, which has been on my list for ages. I've had a few people request it as well. And considering we're doing the coffee cocktail challenge, it's a coffee Tiki cocktail. So it all goes hand in hand. So I thought this had to be the next one that I make on the channel. And it's a typical cocktail, typical Tiki cocktail where it has a split rum base. So it's got a dark Jamaican and then a lightly aged white rum. Specifically, I'm using a lightly aged 3-year-old Bajan rum. So this has an interesting mix of coffee and pineapple juice. So you wouldn't probably ordinarily think that they're flavors that go well together, but they do. They work surprisingly well. And the original recipe does actually call for a coffee-infused brandy liqueur that is at 35%. So today I'm using Mr Black. The reason I think they're using a 35% coffee liqueur is because they really want those flavors to be bold enough to stand up against two rums. And I think this has got 2.5 ounces of rum. So you want that coffee flavor to stand up to that. And I think Mr Black will work exceptionally well because the bold coffee flavors that it does have will stand up to it. Simple as that. So the Mr Bali Hai originated from the Bali Hai restaurant in San Diego. They had these Tiki mugs which were modeled on the statue that was out front of the restaurant, and they were really popular, and you could buy the cocktail at a more expensive price and get a free cup or free Tiki mug. You could take it away. They're a bit of a collector's item now. You can get some really old ones back from like the 50s and the 60s. I'm not using the same one, unfortunately. I don't think you could even probably get one in Australia. But if you want to check out some more of the history of the drink, then go check out Jeremy from Distinguished Spirits, his YouTube channel. He's one of those channels that doesn't have as many subscribers as he deserves. He does some great content, super informative, and there's a lot of history on some classic Tiki drinks. So I'll link to that in the description and you can check it out. But for now, let's get straight into the drink. Straight onto it. I've probably waffled for 3 minutes, but let's get started on the cocktail and make the Mr Bali Hai. And this one calls for 45 ml, 1.5 ounces of a dark Jamaican rum. Could also use Coruba. Then 30 ml, 1 ounce of a lightly aged rum. I'm using Dorley's. And then Mr Black Cold Brew Coffee Liqueur, 22.5 ml, 3/4 ounce. So good, so good. This drink is also a really great example of thinking outside of the box when it comes to coffee liqueurs. So for those of you entering the coffee cocktail challenge, try and think outside the box because one aspect of the judging is going to be on originality. So if you mix some different flavors outside of the classic espresso martini, you'll probably win some points for that. And then we've got freshly juiced pineapple juice. So 45 ml, 1.5 ounce. As you can see, that is super frothy. That'll shake up really nicely. And then we've got fresh lemon juice, 30 ml, 1 ounce. And simple syrup, 15 ml, 1/2 ounce. That's it. Add some crushed ice. Straight into the shaker and then give it a quick shake. Don't need to shake too much, just enough to combine the ingredients. And we're going to serve over crushed ice as well, so it's going to add that dilution. And pour it straight into your Tiki mug. This one is a huge Tiki mug, by the way. Doesn't even come close to filling it. And top up your tiki mug. Have a little ice cap on the top if you like. And for garnish, skewered maraschino cherries and orange peel and some pineapple fronds. And I'm using a jumbo Surfside sip for this one because it's got crushed ice, make it a little bit easier to drink. So make sure you check out the description below and I'll have a link to the Surfside sips with a 20% off coupon code. There you have the Mr Bali Hai coffee tiki cocktail. Wicked combination of coffee and pineapple juice. It works surprisingly well, as I said earlier. Oh. Yum. This is just delicious. The pineapple and the coffee go really well together. You get that bold Jamaican dark rum. This is exceptional. Exceptional. I like it because you get the coffee flavors first, and then followed by the rum and the pineapple. You get a little bit of bitterness to it, but it's balanced out with the sweetness of the pineapple juice and the acidity from that as well. And it lingers quite a while. I've got this the coffee taste on my palate. It's really good. So the Mr Bali Hai is a great example of how to use coffee liqueur outside of your typical or your go-to cocktails such as the espresso martini. Pineapple juice and coffee work fantastically together. So if you're entering a cocktail for the coffee cocktail challenge, maybe think a little bit outside of the box. And I'll leave a link to the competition in the description below, so make sure you can check it out. There's weekly prizes, there's a coffee machine to be won, and I'll see you soon for another cocktail video. Cheers.